And
Ready
we're
to go.
live.
Yay!
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Um, if you can,
Amen.
if you got by the time being 2 o'clock Eastern time, should let you guys know that I had the battle of coming live or not, and I'm like, you know, let me go in there and do this. Let me just do this, and that's what I did, you guys. All right, let me check Facebook. Oh, let me see. And you guys, I forgot. I was sitting there looking at my computer and I forgot what to do. I absolutely sat there and I was in a panic because, and looking at, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do first? And if you're away from StreamYard for a while, you have to re enter a code. So they had to email me my code, and I'm just still sitting there, you guys. Either, hey there.
Hey.
That's Derek. Derek, you always make me second guess when I look at your name. You know
Hey,
better than that
Derek.
to me.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Jen. Hey, Monique. Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
Chris.
I love you.
Oh, I miss you too. Miss you
I've missed
too.
you guys.
Um,
Hey, Chris.
but yeah, it's either that um
Yes, it is.
I had gotten overwhelmed and I told Denise, I said, it was like I had anxiety about going live. Hey, Truth. These women are so inspirational. Preach the repentance that is toward God and the faith that is toward
Towards.
the Lord Jesus Christ. I am still doing Bible giveaways on my channel to subscribe. You guys, if you do not,
Awesome. The
if you do
truth.
not, there's my hubby. If you do not have the
I love
truth,
you, Kevin.
if you guys don't are not subscribed to the truth, please go subscribe to him and listen to his message
Yes.
as well. Hey, Rhonda, big hug and loves. Big hug.
Hey, Rhonda.
Um,
Oh, I love you guys. I've missed y'all.
but the other day, it was like I told Denise, I said, Denise, it's like I'm afraid to go live. I'm afraid to talk on live. And I said, that's not normal. There
That was
was,
our talk this week.
I said, there is no reason that I can think of that I should feel like that. So it's and I know what it is. I mean it's and you guys can believe or not believe, but the way I believe, I felt like I was under a demon attack. There's my Hetty. Hey, love.
Hey, Hetty.
It felt like demonic. Like for me to be have fear to come on here and look at you guys that I love so much. And that I know deep down in my heart you guys love me too. And you love
Oh,
Denise.
yeah.
There's no question about that. Um, so it was irrational. It was an irrational feeling. So today I was in there. No, I don't feel good. My blood pressure was up last night. Um, it made my eyes blurry, and I take blood pressure medicine to raise it, um, but it shouldn't do it that way. So today I told Denise, I said, I'm still feeling off. And I checked my blood pressure in front of, Denise said, well, check it now. So when we got off the phone, I got off the phone with Nancy. I was in there and I cut the TV off and I was just sitting, I'm like, I'm getting up. I'm getting up and going in there. Oh,
We
yes,
talked about this week.
yes.
We've talked a lot about so many different things. They're so many negative things that have been going off in both of our lives, not
Yeah.
just yours. And it's caused, harder to get up,
Yeah. It's like,
harder to function. But I will tell you this, and Jen, I'll tell you, when I went on that cruise, God used me the whole time I was on that cruise. I didn't get off that boat once. I did not go to any shows. I didn't go to any nothing. I was where God wanted me to be, and I literally talked myself till I was hoarse. And I didn't get hoarse till the last day when that day we were getting off the boat. I woke up, my voice was hoarse, but He gave me a voice, and He used me something. It was beautiful, awesome. I knew it was from God because of everything that happened. There's so many things that happened on that cruise that were so positive and God driven. And I saw His glory come out in it.
and for every
Not
and every time that happens, we're not supposed to we're not supposed to be surprised when we come across attacks within us, because the more, hey Dwayne, the more
Hey Dwayne.
we try to put out, and me and Denise, basically all we have to send out is our love.
Yeah.
But God says that's one of the greatest things that we can do is love one another. So I I'm still battling to get back, but me and Denise both were having the same feelings. And I said, then we know what it's coming from. If we both have these attacks on us, we know where it's coming from.
But
So,
we've been able, the thing of it is we've been able to build each other up. It's like we understand, but yet we're still being able to build each other up spiritually. And that's where we needed it. That's where we need to be. And I told her, I said, that's one of the reasons we need to be on is because everybody in this whole wide world needs to be loved. They need to feel loved.
mhm.
Truly loved, not just somebody saying it, they don't mean it, just trying to get something out of them. I mean, truly, honestly loved. And God tells us to love one another. That's get your 10 Commandments out there.
Yeah. And Hetty FaceTimed me. I was so excited, you guys, to talk to Hetty. And you know, Hetty lives by herself. And I feel like it sometimes, and that's why I told Hetty. And then, I felt bad that because I do have Kevin that if something happens, I can call him. I said, baby, the hot water heater's in there acting crazy, and he'll come straight over here. When Kevin drove over the road and stuff happened, hey, I was the one that got the phone. I'd get that phone and call the city of Lynette and tell them a thing or two about themselves. But there are people out there that are by themselves, and it I love that you guys are out there. Um, some of you left me a message on the video, and I thank you very much. You don't know how encouraging that is to let me know that this platform that God, is here among all of us. And I even had people send me a message through my phone. So we're not, me or Denise, either one, are not up here, trying to, I did not want to put that, oh, is, you guys, I'm trying not to feel so vulnerable, I guess you'd say. But I told Casey, I said, I didn't want to put something out there that made me feel like I was being needy or um, attention seeking.
That's not what you're doing.
And that's what Casey in that video. And Casey watched it and he got back with me and he said, Mama, no. He said, you spoke your heart, and anybody that watches it will know that. I know Monique. Monique says I can be vulnerable. But as long as I've been doing this, I shouldn't have any fear or apprehension to sit here and look at you guys and you guys be able to see me. I'm past all that. I am going to call my doctor and see about, talking to somebody that doesn't know me, and get some of this anxieties and stuff out. Um, Keevan said, well, why do you need that? You don't need that. I said, well, Casey said I do. He said, well, who done said you needed that? I said, Casey and Tiffany and Monique. I said, and Monique.
And Denise.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've got
And
the
I
phone.
told you, I said, sometimes that helps.
So I've got
It really does.
I've got a phone number.
Good
And Casey said, Daddy said, what? And he said, well, Daddy don't understand. I said, I know. I said, if he just knew half the stuff that rattled around up here in my mind, probably would scare him to death. I'm just saying.
That's what I used to tell him. You don't want to get in his head. You might not get out. You don't want to get in here. It is a very scary place in here.
Keevan used to ask me when I'd get quiet when we first got together, and he'd say, "What are you thinking about? You looking out the window?" And I'd say, "Nothing." Well, don't nobody just think nothing. So then I'd start telling them. Well, I wondered if I left the coffee pot on, and I don't know what we're going to have for supper tonight. And dang, did I send Tiffany those shoes when Mom and Dad picked her up? And he'd say, "Okay, that's enough." I mean, and that was after we was married a couple years. So
They don't want to know what we thinking about.
yeah, so it made me, in knowing that Casey wasn't here. Yes, Jen, men think in a straight line, and we think,
Yes, they do.
and yeah,
And they actually can think about nothing.
I think so too.
We don't. We're always thinking of something. Men can think about nothing.
But like I told Casey, I said, I think what happened when I was over, when I would get in these, just talking like I used to with Casey, and I started doing that with Keevan and with Tiffany, and they couldn't handle that. My chatter, because you guys, I talk about you guys. I'd be telling them I'm worried about Sonia, I'm worried about this person and that person. Well, they can't process sad. That's sad to them. Me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it out of here. So then once it's out, I function a little bit better.
Oh, yeah. Once I can get it out here, then it doesn't stir in here.
So I got to thinking about it. I thought, oh my gosh, I guess I'd do that online. Nobody wants to hear sad stuff. So, if I do that all the time, then what good's my channel And how am I going to continue? Because what if that bothers people? So when I started feeling that way, it started making me feel very little, very little. And Casey told me, he said, Mom, you need your joy back. And I said, I have joy in the Lord when I'm talking about him. He said, that's not what I'm talking about. And I told him, I said, I've lost my silly, Casey, and I don't know how to find it. I said, I don't know how to find it. So, that is where I've been, you guys. In a nutshell, that's where I have been locked away in my mind. Not wanting to bore you guys, not wanting to make you guys sad, not, oh,
You're doing fine.
okay,
Okay?
thank you, Denise.
You're
Oh,
okay. It's like we said, there's just because we haven't been on here in a while. And a lot of times when we came on, we were already able to get stuff out a little at a time. And it's kind of because I'm in the same kind of situation you are. Nobody wants to hear what's going
hey there,
on.
Ben. Ben,
Hey, Ben.
Ben,
Love you,
I love
sweetie.
you. I love you. And look, what you put on that video, I'm like, I guess my people do know me. Because the very things, Ben, that you said that you knew was wrong with me is what Denise and Monique and, Casey and them has been telling me. And I saw that and I was like, Ben, I love you. I love all you guys because you're not just a chat. It's just not just a chat. Let me see who's on Facebook.
Listen, you are. There's a lot of times, whether you
Aw.
guys know it or not, you're our lifeline.
Hey, Amberly. I love you,
Hey,
girl.
Amber.
Amberly. That's a different one.
Hey, Amberley.
This one was her and Tiffany used to get up and sing in church.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, I
So
just don't worry about it.
yeah, you guys that let me know that even in my little rambles like I do, you guys know me. And I thought, well, okay, Lord, then I've got to fight through this and get back. And just
Yep.
like I said, I really need to get back to me. So I'll be back in that routine Monday through Friday when Kevin retires. So he's retiring in the first week of June because I don't want my mind to be chaotic. And I was making myself anxious too about this room in here because I've been in my head thinking, okay, I need to make things and sell things. Well, the more pressure that I was thinking of that, then the more it was harder to come in here and get things in order. I don't do well that way.
Nope. You have to think about one thing at a time, one piece at a time, and go for
Because you guys, I'm that person that goes to H&R Block April 15th and gives
it.
at 7 o'clock at night. Okay, here's our taxes. I am that person.
Don't worry about it. I'm a procrastinator
Oh,
myself.
well, then I hope I get some pictures.
Hmm.
I hope I get some pictures of your grandbaby, great grandbaby. So,
Awesome, Ben.
oh, thank
Woohoo!
you, Rhonda. Rhonda, how is that son of yours doing? I shoot. See, I haven't even been sending out um checking on people. Well, I do some, but there's time that almost whole week I think, Denise, that I didn't talk to nobody. Um,
Unless I got 2 or 3 minute conversations myself. That was it.
and then that made me feel like I had let the girls down.
No, you didn't.
So it was all of that. And then the bed started getting, hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
So
Thank you.
you.
I tell people when you guys send out, um, oh no, that's not good.
Oh, Ben, Tim.
When when
Oh,
any of us follow what God's put on our heart, and He does that. If you want to send somebody some love from your heart, then that comes from God. That must mean somebody needs it at that point.
yeah.
And so I thank you guys for doing that. I like doing that, and you guys help me to do this. Um, and I was telling, oh, me and Nancy were talking earlier, and we were talking about when you get brain fog and you just can't find words. And I said, if I run into anybody in the store that I knew years ago, and if I'm talking to them and I do that, I start getting anxious. I start getting embarrassed when I can't find my words, and I start feeling crazy. And I said, but when I'm sitting here talking to all of you guys and I can't find my words, or even if Denise ain't here, you guys kind of help me find my words. And you would think I would be more afraid of being here and doing that. But it's the other way around. I do that with people in real life. Some people you can laugh it off and say, "Oh my gosh, my old age is catching up with me today," and we'll laugh it off. But you don't feel like that with everybody.
Mm-mm.
And Denise knows half my friends, my girls in Kroger.
At the credit union, at the bank.
Oh, Rhonda. Rhonda's
Oh,
not recuperating very well with her open heart surgery.
what's going on?
Girl, I think depression's just trying to get people down. I mean,
Yeah.
you hear somebody's, you know, have depression and you think, just have happy thoughts. That's what Tiffany
Okay.
was told one time.
Rhonda, let me
Never.
explain something to you, Lucy. You had heart surgery, major stuff. You ain't gonna bounce back like spring chicken. You're just gonna have to take it a little at a time. And I know that's hard to do. I know it's been 5 months. That don't mean nothing. All depends on how it goes.
Ben, yeah, spirit of depression is awful
It is. It's
because
bad.
they'll sneak up on you and you don't even realize you are. Ben,
I know I got noticing I wasn't getting out of bed except to go to the bathroom or go in the kitchen, get me some coffee. That's it. Or going outside to do what I do out there.
Ben, I was trying for Derek because I told Derek, well, you
It
better stick
worked.
around. I said, if you want me to go back blonde, you better stick around for a while. And I was letting my hair come out naturally, the lighter and lighter and lighter. And every time I'd look in the mirror, Ben, I just look at me. I just look at me in the mirror and go, and I'd look and I'd be like,
I can't do this. I said, well, diet.
and then I finally saw my natural hair after years and years. Thank you, Amberly. Yes.
Thank you, Amber.
And that's what Jesus told
Amberly,
us.
thank you.
Get ye behind me, Satan.
Oh, yeah, I do that a lot. I
So
say you got to get, because you and Jesus can't be in the same place. And I got Jesus today, so you got to go.
I kept, it was irritating me, and I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I've been watching Hair Buddha. All these people, that dye the
Yeah.
hair. What was so I got the hair dye, and I told Denise, I said, ah, look, you can't just tell me that. You got to show me. All right, you guys on Facebook, you guys can't see it. I don't think what people are saying unless I highlight. Yes,
Ben,
man. I always say pictures. Casey says raining cat and dogs one day, snowing in New Hampshire the next. I'm like, pictures.
I know. Bad
But
business.
but I was in there doing my hair, and I told Denise, let me start back. That's what Hair Buddha does. Or wait, I'm just dyeing it. I'm not bleaching it. She said, just do it like you've been doing it. You've been dyeing your hair forever. So I did, and when I took off the towel, and I was like, oh, no, because I have not dyed it in so long. This part right there looked more the like auburn color, and I was like, no, no, hey, beautiful.
Hi guys, what's up?
Hey, beautiful lady. I love you.
What are you guys doing?
Running my mouth, trying to
What
get
we do best.
so
Yeah,
trying to
Uh
get
huh.
back, trying to get
What it
back on
is.
here after I haven't been. All right. Amberly says, I wouldn't be me. It would just be wrong if I wasn't red. But remember when we were going to church, I was blonde. But when Tiffany was in school, it was red. And then when I started working at the same conferencing center, all her friends that was working there, my hair was blonde, and they'd be like, "Oh, you done dyed your hair? You done bleached your hair?" I'm like, "No." 50, I went back red at work. I went red at work. And I said, well, when I turn 60, I might want the old lady purple or the old lady pink pastel. But no, no.
Red.
I done the pink pastel, and no, I do not like that.
Yeah, you did do the pink. Ah,
Rhonda
you
made
right, Rhonda.
Rhonda made it through her surgery and then back home quicker than I've ever heard of somebody um, that has
10
had a
hours worth of heart surgery.
yeah.
But she thinks she just gonna bounce back, and that ain't gonna happen. Takes a while.
And I did not know when people have open heart surgery that it does put them in depression. And I was told by somebody said some people that were not very loving might come on the other side of it and be very loving. Then you have some that may have anger issues that never had anger issues before. So I think that happened with my pops. My friend's daddy. I call him. He's my pops. He's my other dad, and I could not imagine there being a ill bone in his body. But I think he did, Rhonda, come out on the other side of it, um, and that was good. We never know how surgery is going to affect us.
Amen.
Amberly, I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of when I used to go when we were all going to the church. I'll just call it the church.
When you were blonde.
Mhm. Yep. But Sandy, light pink wasn't me.
no,
Not at all.
No, you're a little bit more fiery than that.
That's what I had to do. And that's what, isn't that what I told you, Denise? I said, look, I gotta get my sassy back. I said,
Yeah.
I've lost my sassy.
I got dyed his hair.
Ben, before my dad had his stroke, it was after my brother took his own life.
Yeah.
And my dad, I guess he just had a feeling, and he stopped drinking moonshine. He'd do that every day, come in from work. He'd, fix him some moonshine and Sprite. And he smoked a lot, and he was addicted to pornography. So he stopped all of that. But now in the truck, he always listened to WEBT, which was out of the church we used to go to, Christian music. It was a weird mixture. But he stopped smoking. He stopped drinking his moonshine, and he got rid of all of his pornography. And then he had a stroke. So I think he felt maybe something different. So it's just weird that all of that he did put aside all of that. But he lived about 8 or 9 years after his stroke. And they said his lungs ended up being that of like a teenager that had never smoked before. They regenerated. Yeah, I think that was it, Ben. Yeah, and my dad turned on the "I love you." Now he always loved me, but he never was one to say it. And Mom said, "Well, that's how his family was. He wouldn't even tell Mom I love you on a regular basis." And that stroke turned on that he loved everybody, and he would cry a lot, but he loved everybody. So that was kind of nice to hear him say it. And then him and Kevin had an interaction, something that was just between the two of them that could not be told on this channel. But my dad would get to laughing at something Kevin would do at the end of his bed, and my dad would get to laughing and saying something. Nobody else would understand what my dad was saying, but I would know. And I'd say, Kevin, stop it, hush. So, he was still in there. And I don't know, look, you guys, I don't even know how I got on that. Anyway.
We're talking about hearts.
Yeah. When he went to his doctor, one of them in the emergency room, he said, no, I won't see him. No. He said, I tried to tell you. You never listened to me all those years. No. There's nothing I can do for you now. And that doctor told him that. So, I mean, he had to be seen in the emergency room. But yeah, his doctor told him that.
Well,
so Sandy, I was watching and listening to you the other day. So I saw your update. And
amen.
We'll take it one day at a time, won't we?
Yeah.
That's all we got is today.
Yep.
So, yep. Live today to the fullest and then go on to the next.
It's the same way with Derek. Doctors give you a time frame, or they don't know. Miracles happen and people don't realize it.
They happen every day.
Yeah, there's been people that would have like a brain scan and it'd be awful, and then go back and it's not there. Whatever is not there. Some people say, oh, they just messed up. They messed up on the first x-ray, but I believe in healing. you know?
Yeah, just that, because they say you got 40%, don't mean diddly squat. That 40% could increase. Only God knows.
All
Hey,
right. Ben, you get going.
bye, Ben. Love you,
And
sweetness.
and I love you. And I'm gonna bite this thing. I'm going to fight this thing. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll take a bite out of it too. It will just have to go.
Yep. My neck was hurting. I had to lay down a minute. So y'all just deal with it.
It is, Jen. We see miracles every day and don't realize that they're right there in front of our face.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, bite the devil in the tail. Yes, Monique. I was thinking on that level. I think too what got me up and in here. You guys know I love documentaries, and I was watching one uh, about the industry and uh, children being trafficked on sites and all kind of stuff like that. And I was in there thinking, well, if all these people go to those sites and it's such a huge market for stuff that's so bad, then how can I be sitting in here and not go in there and touch base with all you guys, if that makes sense?
Give them some positive stuff to look at and to think
Yeah.
about and to talk about. And just know that even though this world is not the greatest place, but there is still people who will love you, will care about you, will be in your corner, will talk to you at any time. They're available. Just to know that sometimes, whether you use it or not, but just to know that there is someone out there who cares and loves about you makes a big difference in people's lives. And that's what we want to do because God is, this is what He wants. We're here to help.
Yeah,
We're here to stand
Monique
on God's
said,
promises.
do the little you can do.
Right.
And I can't do it if I'm sitting in there and I'm hiding away. Um, Sandy, I was so glad I found Mama's opal. That bothered me so much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good.
Love you, Rhonda.
Love you, Rhonda. Uh, get stinky and smelly off the bus.
She would, yeah. Darlene was sweating that opal, let me tell you.
And I found it in a place I'm like, I don't remember putting that here, but whew. Yes, I found it, Monique. Yes. Um,
I bet it's in her jewelry box now.
it's beside my bed
Oh, okay.
because I wear it just about every day, but I hadn't today. I wear that ring on my right hand and the one you gave me on my left hand, Denise.
Right.
But Sandy, um, does it hurt the opal if I'm doing dishes or if I'm doing something? Should I take it off each time?
Yeah,
Okay.
those chemicals really aren't good for it.
Okay. And what about like just even uh rubbing your thumb on, if I was rub my thumb on it?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's all right. It's the chemicals that aren't good for it.
Okay. Because I do. I have a habit of, I don't know why, but I do. I have a habit of rubbing that opal. I fiddle with my hands a lot. I told Kevin, I said, I need to go get my nails done. He just kind of looked at me, gave me that look, because that's not something you hear me say. But I told him, I said, I have bitten my nails down worse than I have since I was a child. I said, some of them is to the point is it's painful. And
Mhm.
the only way I know to stop that from happening is for me to get some. I don't even want no long ones. I want just some to where I will stop that habit.
Yeah.
So you leave them alone.
Yeah. I can't
Okay.
even, I mean, I don't understand why all of a sudden with everything, and then I started biting my fingernails and
That's a nervous habit you have. And when you're stressed or when things are happening, that's what you go for.
I do put sometimes nail polish, then it makes it worse because then I
Oh, then she peels them off.
you're right. Amber, Amberly, um, the generation of like Tiffany and them going to church,
Yeah,
and a lot happened different when I was taking mine than when I used to go. And
of course.
I think all the kids, all Tiffany's friends, I didn't even realize it till we got to talking years later after they'd done grown up and had kids and stuff like that. But most of the kids that went to that same church we did, they all ended up having to see their parents done wrong and being hurt by the church, that it caused them to probably wonder, what the purpose was. Or
Yeah.
hey there, Raven. Wait, no,
Raven.
Willow.
Well, hello. Hey, Willow.
Hey,
Willow.
Willow.
Look, Willow. It's just one of those things today.
Hey, Willow.
I didn't mean to call you out a name, but I don't know how to explain it because
I didn't look.
I won't say the church name, but I did not realize that a lot of the parents, after they were just hurt, and then that's what the kids saw, and then they had to get back, find their way back. But I would tell my kids, don't. I didn't want them to be upset
I'll
because
be right
I
back.
was. All right, but if somebody does somebody wrong that you love, you can't help but want to dot their I's, come to their defense.
Yeah. Yep. That's for sure.
Oh, yes. I talked ugly to the neighbors one time because they were doing stuff at the fence. And Mama done told them, leave that fence alone. That was on our property. And which, look, I love him now. He's Keegan's friend, and I know if I need anything, he'll be here. But I called him everything but his name one day in his own yard because he hurt Mama's feelings. And about a year later, I apologized to him. I told him that did not put me in a good light. That did not um, show my belief deep down. It made me so mad, Sandy.
Yeah.
And then he called Kevin. Kevin called me. He was out on the road. He said, "What did you do?" So I told him. But yes, it was not nice. Um, the kids or Mama or Kevin, I would get fighting mad. Somebody could say something to me and I can brush it off. But if it was one of them, it was a lot harder for me to control my anger.
Yeah.
Sandy, Yes, Callie. Yep. Um, Casey is doing great.
Good.
He actually orchestrated, or I don't know how you say it, but there was 9 people went out and watched the movie this past weekend. And I know for a lot of people that might not sound like much, but I think the last time Casey might have been involved in anything like that was when the Twilight movies were coming out. And a bunch of people from work, boy, when the first they'd get there the first night, Tiffany and Casey and all their friends, they'd all go. But for Casey to have branched out like that is a very good thing.
Yes, it
Good.
is. And tell them what other good news with Casey.
Oh, he sent me a thing today and said he is in the top 3 um, in their whole store. So I said, "Good." I sent a little dancing baby, and I told him, I can see that full time coming to you, baby, because he's still kind of part time.
That's okay. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Yep.
I tell people the only complaint he ever has, Sandy, is the parking during the snow being piled up. You can't park on one side of the road. You have to park on the. He's gotten a few tickets for that, a few fines.
One or two.
Yeah. Hey, it's better than him waking up and all that heavy snow and ice and rocks be on top of his car.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But yes, Callie, he is he's enjoying it. I told him yesterday, I said, "See, babe, I told you to give it 6 months. Just give it 6 months and see how you feel." So now he wants his bowling ball mailed to him.
Oh, that'll be nice.
He said it'll be about $25, I think, but they're in May. They've got a free bowling something with work, and Casey's an excellent bowler. So you guys, when he bought him the shoes and the bowling bag and the bowling ball, spent all that money, they closed our bowling alley here. He went down there and they were closed. He come back. He said, "Well, I can't believe that." He said after because he his dad bought him 2, and his bowling bag walked out of here one day. We can't say who walked it out, but he had all that then.
She's in Panama City. Darling, did you read that?
Yeah. My sister lives in Panama City, Callie. She lives on the Bay Side, and Abriana, Tiffany's little girl, she's in Panama City. But
Me, I'm just in Georgia. But it's cold.
it is.
I'm telling y'all, we got bipolar weather. It's hot, then it's cold. Then it's hot, then it's cold.
So, you guys, my grandson will be, it won't be long. He'll be graduating. And my husband said, "Well, what's his plans? Is he going to college?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I guess I'm just going to have to get in the truck one day and just go to their house and ask them to come out." He's like Casey was. When he gets home, he don't want to answer the phone. He don't want to answer the door. He just wants to be in his room. Oh, what part, Hetty? Did she said her cousin just
I
moved?
seen that.
What part? I think Casey is about an hour away from Hetty. about an hour away from Derrick. So he's like right there.
Well, I got news for. I can go nowhere it snows.
I don't think my body would like it.
I
That,
know mine wouldn't. Ain't no
and
thinking about it. It don't like this cold, much less that cold. What you did, Sandy?
Pardon?
I said, what are you doing?
Oh, I was cutting stones.
Oh,
well, Amberly, now that I know you're down there, I will have to hit you up if we go down there. I will most definitely hit you up. She was another one of my girls that would be here, or Tiffany would spend the night with her. Spoiled. Oh, and you know you were, Amberly. Her mama worshipped the ground that baby walked on. And her mama was such a blessing. I loved her to death. Such a blessing. Well, Monique, it's supposed to be springtime here.
yeah. We got up this morning 30-degree weather.
Yep.
30-degree weather. And we're
And
going to have 30-something degree weather in the morning, too.
aw, Callie.
Daddy says, I think it made it up to 50 today.
Well, hey, Carmen. Me and Carmen
And,
went to the same school, but she's
hey,
younger
sweetie.
than me, and we worked together at the
Hey,
conference
Carmen.
center. So, yes, every morning I'd go in, she'd already be there, and I would have to check my schedule. And if I didn't have anything to do right away, we'd sit over there and run our mouth before time to start. Didn't it close? Has it closed down yet, Carmen? I thought they already let everybody down. Oh,
I'm just living life.
oh, Callie.
I miss you guys.
Well, see, then there was a reason I come on this late, because I don't usually come on this late.
It's closing into March. That's what she said.
But Callie is a spitting image, as they say in the South, the spitting image of her mama. Looks exactly like her. What's that?
Mm.
What
Excuse me,
what
guys.
what is that? What is Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
You do not know what Buc-ee's is.
No.
It's the biggest gas station there is. It
That
has everything in it.
that's right. That's because Kevin and Tiffany's excited about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
but yes, a carbon copy. In the South, we say spitting image, but carbon copy of her mama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes. Wow, that's a good starting pay. That's a
Heck
good
yeah.
that's a good starting pay.
Uh-huh. I am telling you, that thing is huge. It is humongous. They got everything in Buc-ee's.
Well, I didn't know what it was, but they got in. Oh, Jen said they stopped by one in Georgia. That is
Uh-huh.
insane.
It's huge.
I thought there was one in LaGrange. Last Auburn exit. Okay, then that must be where they saw it.
I was going to say, girl,
Like
if
a
you find the
Walmart.
Buc-ee's, you need to go. If
Like a
you ever go by
Walmart.
one, you better stop. You just need to go in.
Well, I guess we will. We'll get down there and see it. Well, look,
Yeah.
I'd want to wait. I would have to wait because when anything opens like that in our area, people go insane.
Yeah.
They do. Well, let a dollar store, another Dollar Tree or Dollar General open up, and everybody is going to be going. 2 in Georgia,
Uh-huh.
4th one in Alabama.
Oh, they'll have more Buc-ee's around here. I'm just
Willow,
waiting.
Willow, I don't know if you're serious or not. Is that really what
Yeah,
you call?
that's why they call them beaver nuggets.
Okay.
Yes, they
Oh,
have what they call beaver nuggets. They got different flavors of beaver nuggets.
well, I.
I know, but they really are
Okay.
real. They're
Okay.
real.
Okay.
They are real.
Because I have put my foot in my mouth on here before. Jen, Kevin used to drive a truck, so he knew what it was.
Yeah, that's what we have.
He drove a truck for a long time.
Our Dollar General has fresh foods and stuff in it, so it's pretty cool.
When Kevin come off the road, it was something else for me to get used to, because I'd go to bed when I wanted to. I was working at the time at the conferencing center, so I'd get up when I wanted to. I watched what I wanted to on TV, and when he come, I can't help it, Willow. Sometimes that happens on here. But when Kevin come off the road, um, I couldn't watch Gilmore Girls. Every Thursday, I think, was Gilmore Girls.
Uh,
I couldn't watch what I wanted to watch, and it was a big adjustment. So that's why I said I've got to get back on here regular to
yeah,
get my identity back. So when Kevin retires, I will already be doing this, and then he can find himself something that he can do.
yep. I'm
So
glad you came on today. It has been a blessing beyond measure.
it has, and I thank you guys,
It's made
all
me feel much better.
all of you guys that come on here and gave us a shout out and everything. Oh, I figured that is Sandy. Um, it makes it easier for the next day. And I really
Yeah.
need to start setting them up again a couple days in advance like I used to do. Because then I'd be like, uh-oh, got to get on up because it's already set up. And, that will give me that push.
Very true.
Wondered where you had gone to. You were coming on fairly regular, and poof. Willow, I know. And you're right. It was just like poof. It was, oh, I don't know, Willow. I think Ben hit the nail on the head. He kind of knew. I just did not think I had empty nest syndrome. I just didn't think I did.
Uh-huh.
Denise kept telling me, and then late yesterday, Casey said, "Mama." He said, "Mama." First, Mama was gone. Then Aunt Karen moved, and then I moved, Mama. He said that was a lot. He said that was a lot. And I said, "Well, I tried to be more supportive and excited for you." He said, "Yes, but it still was a lot for you to handle." I said, "Well, okay, that's what Denise said too." So I got my phone number. I got to call, see, and talk to a shrink. I
I'll
think I
be asking if she called, believe me.
look. I think I ought to just talk to you guys and let you guys shrink my head.
Who?
I don't know. if I said I think half the stuff that comes up here on here, oh, it would probably go viral and people would say, "Oh my gosh, you got to watch this woman. She is crazy." Because sometimes I'll be talking about something. Kay said, "Mama, you really need somebody to talk to about that because I don't know how to help you there." I said, "I know, but this is the next best thing, and this is what my rheumatologist asked me this last time. She said, "Are you still doing your YouTube?" She said, "Are you still, doing the support group?" And I said, "No, I just haven't been doing it." She said, "Well, you need to get back doing it." I said, "Yes, ma'am, I do." I said, "I do, Dr. Ollie."
That's her happy place.
It is.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed today. I have thoroughly enjoyed today. It has been so awesome to be back in here with everybody and to just be. Just be.
Girl, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Look,
I
I
think that,
mean it it's one thing to talk to people that you know, but there's something about people that you don't know that you can really let go.
yeah,
Let go of. And I know from being in marriage counseling and seeing a psychiatrist there that, I had my time alone with him as well as together, that it does help. It does help to talk with someone who doesn't know you, who doesn't know your situation, who it really does. You're able to let go of a whole lot more things
yeah,
than you could to somebody else. Because somebody because you don't want anybody to think, you don't want to unload on anybody, first off.
yeah,
And then there's certain things that you just can't say.
yeah.
You just can't. And I know
Will, Willow, I got the part where my paints and all of that, I got that cleaned off and it felt so good. So that part's done. And I've been doing stuff little by little. Denise was on with me when I almost fell. Because it was the last time I went live and I had been sitting here so long and well, I'd been working over there.
yeah.
And I'd been sitting so long and doing things that when I went to get up, if it had not been for this rolly chair up under me, I would have hit the floor because my legs done the noodle thing. Callie said I was always reserved with the professionals, afraid they would put me in a padded room.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not. I wasn't ever afraid of that. It's just like I said, there were certain things that I needed to unload that I couldn't unload with people that I knew.
well, I didn't get offended when my rheumatologist years ago had asked me, did she need, hey there, Josie.
Hey, Josie.
She, and I mean, I was doing this at the time, but I had just started. So I did not get personal, but she had asked me if if I needed to go in the hospital for care or talk to a therapist. That she didn't want to worry about me walking out of the office. And see, Kevin didn't know anything. He didn't know anything going on with me up here. He just didn't. And I had told her I promised that I'd get some help.
Yeah.
And when I got out in the car, I told Kevin, I said, well, they asked me, did I want to be hospitalized or if I can get help with the therapist. He said, what do you mean hospitalized? What are you talking about? I had no idea. No idea what was going on with me that was so severe.
Yeah.
And I think I might have talked to Tracy about it.
We just try to hide things.
Yeah. So I kind of, if it gets real bad when real dark thoughts come to me,
Yeah.
I know that I can call any of you that's either in, that I have your real phone number or that I can message you, that I have people, and I know God's with me all the time, but we have free will. And with that if you're being plagued so much, because, Jesus was tempted. He was,
Yeah.
said, throw yourself off here.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't do it. So, even Jesus overcome that
Temptation.
darkness of wanting, you
Well, you
know,
think about him being in the garden in that prayer,
mhm.
you know? Him
So
knowing what was going to happen and asking if he'd just let it pass.
so people are shocked when they hear that Christians have those thoughts.
Yeah.
So
We're not infallible.
I told somebody, I said, yes, there's Christians every day that take their lives, and people, think they weren't really Christians. And no, they so depressed, and and it's not selfish. It's not selfish. It is where they can't deal with their problems anymore. And
Yes.
but before I would let it get like that, yes, I would call Casey or I would call one of you guys, and I promise, because I would not want Casey or Tiffany have to come on this channel and say that I'd done something.
No.
So, so yes, I'll call the number and get some stuff that I don't share on here.
Yes.
That I don't share here, and I haven't shared
Don't
with the
share with
girl.
nobody.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
understand that. That's fine.
So yeah, if you guys can imagine, you mean there's stuff you ain't told on here?
Yeah.
I think the other day with Monique and Denise that I think I dropped another little thing that I had never told anybody, and that was after I started reading my diaries from, and I'm like, oh, yes, I did write that down.
Mm-hmm.
So that was another thing. That was around Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out me and why I made choices that I did and when did it happen. And so I went through, I think, my 10th and 11th and 12th grade year, reading it like some people read a novel, and me looking at that as a character in a book, but yet
It's you.
recognizing that there's so much of
Yeah.
me that was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
All right, girl. You need to
we've
get
been
up there.
on an hour and 9 minutes,
Yes.
and I love you guys. Oh, let me show you guys my card. All right. This right here says, I may look fine, but in my mind, I've pecked you 100 times. Isn't that pretty? I got it from my sister-in-law, Karen. She gave it to me.
Yay. I love you
Um,
guys.
yes, I
Thank
love
y'all
you
so much
guys,
for loving on us. We
and
needed it.
you can any of you guys can FaceTime
Yep,
me, and if I'm not feeling good, I'll
me
send the
too.
feedback and let you guys know I'm not feeling good. But I am
I'm
so,
always available.
yes, Denise she can't sleep. If it's late, she don't never sleep. But I love you guys, and there's those that I miss, and I can't start naming names, but I will name one. I miss Dwayne.
Oh, yeah.
When Dwayne moved to Alabama, that job is a little bit too demanding. I miss him. You guys just don't realize I'd be trying to have a a serious face here, and I'd be hearing my to the right. Uh, when you get a message through Facebook, a little ding
Yeah.
ding, and I would glance over there, and it would be things that either my face would turn red or some things I'd be like, why can't I stop looking at that?
But yeah,
Callie, yes, I tried to make sure I started writing in my journal again
yes.
because that helped me get my voice out too.
Yeah, because she
So,
wasn't doing that at all.
yeah.
She wasn't writing nothing.
Mm.
Nowhere.
Monique, I know, ain't that right? Well, April Bougie Bear went and stayed the weekend with them. Me and Kiva could ride up there. It's not terribly too far, and heck, they got I don't know how many bedrooms. So he told me anytime. We'll have to do it one weekend, Denise, that we can take you to.
Oh, I'll go. Just make sure it's in the spring or summer.
Yes, you're right, Monique. And see, nobody told me to write my thoughts down, and I didn't realize until I was going through those. 'Cause I even looked through the ones when I was a kid, and I guess our family was so loud and everything, and I didn't share my thoughts with nobody. I just had Norgus. I think that's why I had Norgus, my imaginary playmate, because I was just that weird kid just by herself talking to herself. There was 6 of us. So, look, one of my imaginary friends passed away and we had a funeral. My sister remembers. Huh, they all came to my friend's funeral. Buried her under a tree and everything. So, anyway,
Yeah.
I'll
I
leave
remember
that
when.
tidbit with you guys about the little girl, me, that got the whole family to bury an imaginary friend.
Don't feel bad. We had to take care of JW's imaginary friend, too.
Mm. But I love you guys. And yes, you will be seeing this redheaded, fiery redhead.
And this
And
old woman.
we love you
This
guys.
old gray haired woman.
Monique, go to bed, and I love you.
Yeah. Mwah. Love you, sister.